Your life goes where your focus leads it. The law most men ignore. Most men are not losing because they are weak. They are losing because they are drifting. They wake up busy. They answer messages. They react to problems. They chase money. They consume content. They move all day. And yet, at the end of the year, they are standing in the same place. Why? Because movement without direction is just sophisticated wandering. There are two brutal laws of life every man must understand. The first, no wind favors the man who has no destined port. The second, you always move toward what you keep looking at. Master these two principles, and you can rebuild your body, your business, your relationships, and your future. Ignore them, and life will keep steering you for you. The ship without a port. Imagine a ship in the middle of the ocean. Its sails are full. The wind is strong. The crew is working hard. But there is no destination, no harbor, no map, no chosen direction. From the outside, it looks productive. But in reality, it is lost. This is exactly how many men live. They are exhausted but unclear, busy but unfulfilled, disciplined in fragments, but not aligned toward anything meaningful. Modern life rewards motion. Notifications create motion. Social media creates motion. Endless opportunities create motion. But motion is not progress. A man without a chosen mission becomes a servant to urgency. He responds instead of commands, consumes instead of creates, survives instead of leads. And this is where masculine decline begins. Because masculinity without direction turns into raw unused force. Potential becomes frustration. Energy becomes restlessness. Strength becomes aggression without purpose. The wind is rarely the problem. The absence of a port is. And even when a man finally chooses a destination, he still fails if his eyes are fixed on the wrong thing. That brings us to the second law. Look where you want to go. Every serious motorcycle rider learns a simple rule. Look where you want to go. Because the motorcycle follows your eyes. The moment you stare at the curb, the barrier, or the obstacle, you unconsciously drift toward it. This is not only a riding lesson. It is a law of psychology. Your mind behaves the same way. Your habits move toward your dominant thoughts. Your actions follow your attention. Your identity is shaped by repeated focus. This is why many men remain trapped in cycles they hate. They stare at fear, rejection, betrayal, failure, scarcity, what others think, and then wonder why life keeps producing more of the same. Because attention is steering. The obstacle becomes the destination. A focused man is not simply disciplined. He is selective with his gaze. He chooses what deserves mental real estate. That is masculine control. The archer and the target. Think of a warrior archer. The arrow is effort. The bow is discipline. But none of it matters without a target. This is where many ambitious men fail. They optimize systems, morning routines, supplements, productivity apps, gym programs, business tactics. They sharpen the arrow endlessly, but they never define what deserves to be hit. And so years pass. More skill, more motion, more preparation, but no decisive result. A masculine life requires a worthy target. A man needs a vision strong enough to organize his sacrifices. Without that, discipline becomes performance. With it, discipline becomes destiny. But there is another layer most men miss. Direction and focus alone are not enough. They must be concentrated. Fire and steel. Focus is fire. A weak, scattered flame gives warmth. A concentrated flame forges steel. The modern world is designed to keep men mentally scattered. Infinite scrolling, constant comparison, fragmented attention, short dopamine loops, emotional bait. A distracted man is easy to control. A focused man becomes difficult to manipulate. This is why concentrated masculine attention feels powerful. It turns thought into action, action into competence, competence into confidence, confidence into leadership. A man who can hold his attention on one mission long enough becomes almost unstoppable. Not because he is more gifted, but because his fire is not spread across 10 different battles. The river and its banks. A river without banks becomes a swamp. Still water. No movement. No force. But when the river is constrained, it gains pressure. It carves stone. It shapes landscapes. It creates power. Masculinity works the same way. Boundaries do not weaken a man. They multiply him. Sleep discipline. Training discipline. Standards in relationships. Deep work blocks. Financial rules. Social boundaries. These are not restrictions. These are banks. They transform energy into force. A man who says yes to everything loses depth. A man who knows what to reject gains momentum. That is how rivers carve mountains. And that is how men carve legacy. The practical framework. So how do you apply all this? Simple. 1. Choose the port. What are you actually building? Not this week. The next 3 years. 2. Fix your gaze. What dominates your attention daily? Fear or purpose, reaction or creation? 3. Choose the target. What is worth your sacrifice? 4. Build the banks. Rules, routines, standards, boundaries. 5. Hold the line. Do not stare at obstacles. Keep your eyes on the road. This is how masculine self-mastery is built. Where your focus leads. Your life is already moving. The question is not whether the wind is blowing. The question is whether you chose a port. The question is not whether the road is difficult. The question is where your eyes are fixed. A ship needs a harbor. A rider needs a line. An archer needs a target. A river needs banks. And a man needs a mission. Because in the end, your destiny is not decided by effort alone. It is decided by the direction of your focus.